What's up, Browns fans? Time now for another edition of X's and Joe's. Nathan Zegura along with Pro Bowl cornerback and Browns legend Joe Haden today, and we're going to take a look at the Browns and the Giants. And while this game did not have the outcome any of us wanted, it certainly had some good plays for the Cleveland Browns. 2 passing touchdowns. They got Amari Cooper on track, and we saw some good play from the defense, especially in the second half. So we're going to take a look at some of that. But Joe, let's just start before we get into the plays. You know, how as a team, this is a disappointing home loss, a game the Browns were heavily favored in. How do you in the locker room kind of get everybody together, take a look in the mirror and say, okay, we need to get this right to be the team that we know we can be?
It's definitely, you got to take a hard look in the mirror, especially when you play against teams that you know you should beat. You got to go back in next week, look at the film, look at the plays that you made mistakes on, and you got to learn from them. You got to grow. You got to kind of let this one go through the rearview mirror and focus on next week and to make sure these don't start happening. These mistakes that you make don't continuously happen. So just kind of got to just take the film. It's going to be a hard film to watch because you're supposed to beat this team. You're a better team than them all over the field. So it's going to be a tough one to take, but just take it as a chance, take it as a pro, and learn from these mistakes. And then hopefully they come out next weekend and execute.
So this started off great. Tony Brown, special teams, forces a fumble. Grant Delpit recovers it, and the Browns get the ball on the Giants 24, and this is what they did. You're going to see here the Browns in a shotgun formation. They have got 3 receivers to the right side, 1, 2, and 3 with the tight end, and then Amari Cooper singled up here, and that's going to be the matchup, obviously, to watch. Now, initially, Joe, they're showing a too-high safety look, and that's what we've heard so much about in the National Football League, but post-snap, you'll see the safety over here. He drops down, single high look. So whether it's man, whether it's cover 3, Deshaun Watson knows he's got one-on-one on this side, and I think if you look at his eyes, he's just trying to get this safety to get a little bit back towards the middle of the field, which he does, and then he's going to go ahead and throw it to Amari Cooper.
You said it exactly right. I mean, they tried to show a too high look, disguising the man-to-man single high safety coverage. And when you have press coverage on one side with Amari Cooper, as Deshaun Watson did such a great job, as soon as you get that snap, you want to look down the middle of the field and get that safety to get at least to that hash mark. And when he gets over to that hash, you know that he can't get to that fade ball. There's no way mathematically, but once the ball's thrown, he can't get to that pylon faster than you can make that throw. So when you have that man-to-man coverage, all you got to do is drop that ball in the bucket, and Amari Cooper catches it right on the pylon, sneaks both feet in. I mean, this is a perfect play. If you're Deshaun Watson, you see that press coverage, you hope for this. You just want to get that snap, look Amari Cooper off to get that safety, move into the middle of the field, and then you know that you had that one-on-one where you're making your chance. I'm taking my chances on Amari right there every time.
Yeah, so the eyes of Deshaun right there, and you'll see. You talked about getting to the landmark, the hash marks right here, and look at what the eyes of Deshaun Watson looking to the right, how that gets him, boom, feet on the hash marks, and now he's got the one-on-one. He's got no chance to get there, and it is a perfect ball and a perfect catch. And one of the things you like, obviously, when you're on an offense and you give your quarterback some credit, we're going to see this from Deshaun Watson's angle, and you look at the stripe on his helmet here. We'll freeze it for you, but that goes ahead. There's the stripe. Where's he looking? Right here. Boom. He's going to get him to come here, and then he's able to come back left, throw it, and then he takes, Joe, a big hit. Let's look at this right here. What does this do to the team when you see your quarterback standing there, make a throw, take a hit like that, and deliver the football anyway?
It's showing that he means business. You know, when those receivers come across the middle and they get those alligator arms, this is your quarterback standing in the out of the barrel, throwing the pass, knowing he's going to get hit directly in the mouth, but still, the touchdown means more to him than the safety.
This is one here, and this is what I love about Amari Cooper. All right, take us inside the mind of this cornerback. When you watch Amari's release here, Joe, what are you thinking? Because we saw this against Houston last year in his record-setting game, lulls him to sleep, and then beats him before he can even react.
I mean, this is just beautiful. When you have that, the cornerback, he has inside leverage. It's an oversplit. You're expecting an inside breaking route. But with that lull to sleep release, the corner just needs to relax for 1 second and think that he may be running a go route, maybe just it might be a run play. He's just chilling, but then Amari's just so quick to give him that inside out step and get across his face. There's nothing he can do. He beats him in his leverage. He's playing inside. He's sliding inside. But when Amari gives him that stutter, and he just jumps him, he's able to cross his face, and that's just route running, that's just quickness, and then Deshaun being able to put the ball right on the money. With the play action, bringing up that linebacker, and then it just opens up that window. Amari's taking his time, boop, hits him with that cut, and makes that perfect window. Deshaun throws a great ball. This is just a well-executed play. Amari Cooper beating the cornerback across his face, lulling him to sleep.
When you look at the formation here, we know already Amari's out to the left, but we've got our line, and then we have got 1, 2, 3 extra tight ends on the right side. This is a running formation, and so that's why this play action becomes so effective. So as we see it from this angle, you're going to see Deshaun Watson give the hard play action. Now, there's a safety who initially kind of walks over, and he's saying, oh, Amari Cooper's over there. He's looking at him right now saying, I see Amari Cooper. I better get over there. But when the play action happens, comes back in, and you'll see the Browns, a couple things happen here. One, Jordan Akins runs this corner. That's going to draw 27, and the play action, as you talked about, Joe, that draws in 53. So as you see that open up, what do you see here? Nothing but space, and that's where Amari Cooper is going to come right into the picture, and you're going to get that touchdown. I love it even from this angle, on this wide angle. I really believe he convinced Deonte Banks with that release that this is a run play. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, maybe he's just running a fade. And then, boom, the slant. That is just beautiful.
Do you see how far inside leverage that corner is? Just taking away the inside. Like, please, only wanting him to run a go ball. Only wanting him to run a go. Like, he still gets
that's a few yards. He's yards inside.
He's yards inside. I mean, he's getting yelled at in that meeting room badly because he has nothing inside. You have to make him run a go ball, a comeback, catch the ball running outside. If he runs inside, you have nothing there.
That's what's incredible is you always, I remember when we were talking together in training camp and you were saying, oh, from this split, you knew what it had to be. Deonte Banks knows what this has to be. And Amari still fools him because he's like, nonchalant, I'm just blocking. Oh, maybe I'm going to hit you with a quick fade. That's what that first step is. Maybe I'm going to fade to the corner and then boom, inside. Look at that acceleration too. From slow-mo, gone. Touchdown Browns. Beautiful stuff from Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson there. Now let's take a look at the defense. And Za'Darius Smith having a fine season, 2 sacks already on the year. This is where he gets the second one. Let's take a look pre-snap. Looks like the Browns are either in cover 1. You got the single high safety. You've got head up. And what tells you, I think, that it's man, right, is that when they motion the running back out, who's out here with him? Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, number 6 for the Cleveland Browns. So that's a little bit of a tell. Probably going to be man. You've got man here. You got 1, 2, and then 3 receivers and 3 guys here. So this trio, you've got your safety here, and then you've got Jordan Hicks who can blitz, he can spy, he can play kind of a robber in the middle of the field. A lot of variability in terms of what he's going to do. So let's see as this thing gets snapped and talk us through what you're seeing from the coverage.
Okay, when they motion them in, you see the linebacker running in with them, letting them know that side is man. But the one thing I understand on the bottom, they have 2 different concepts. If you split the field in half, they have a man coverage on the top of the field with those 2 players, and on the bottom with these 3, there's a zone. It's like a cover 3 drop. We have Newsome that has the curl flat. We have Denzel Ward that has the top, and then we have the inside player who has the curl flat. So we have 3 different spots down there, and on top we have man-to-man. We have him manning up the slot receiver running the drag route, and then the linebacker is on the over top of the running back. So we have a man and a zone concept. They were able to split the field, and the Browns just did a really good job of passing things off, communicating, and the right side playing man and the left side playing cover 3. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so you got Denzel getting here. It's interesting. You'd almost think like it was rotating maybe into on this side an inverted cover 2, right? Where you'd have the flat, he takes a deep half, but with this safety staying in the middle of the field, it kind of feels like you're right, like it's almost half cover 3 and then a 2-man concept on the top. And what you see though is good coverage because where's Daniel Jones going to go with the ball? Now he could come out here, right? That's a long throw from the far hash outside. You've got Robinson right in the middle, but Grant Delpit is in that sight line. These two are covered, and he can check it down, but that's J-OK there. And so you get good pressure, and what the good pressure does for Myles Garrett coming around this edge, what does that do? It forces Daniel Jones to step up into the pocket. And then Za'Darius with a nice little spin move there is able to cut that off, but he escapes. But look at the hustle. Look at him stay with it. The effort. And you know my favorite part about this play is you get a little celebration here, but watch this. Za'Darius Smith is a veteran, Joe Haden, and veterans know if this play gained 1 inch, it's not a sack. If this play gains no yards or loses an inch, it is a sack. Watch this right here. Watch this lobbing. No. Don't walk up there. You got to walk back here. You got to walk back here. That's not a gain right there. We'll see it from the wide angle again, but I love that little veteran presence. By the way, he did get credit for the sack. So here's what Joe's talking about. Man, but on this side, for this trio, you're going to have him go to the flat, him going to kind of play that hook curl in the middle, and you're going to have Denzel play deep against that trio bunch here on the right side.
The level of communication. When you see somebody moving on the offensive side, somebody needs to be saying something on the defensive side. Anything. There needs to be same thing, same, or a call. Something is happening. There needs to be some sort of communication when people are moving on the offensive side. And that's what I loved about the Browns. People are pointing. People are acting like that something's happening. We're making adjustments.
So again, Browns didn't get it done, but there were good things on this tape. There were, as you talked about, there are going to be some bad things on this tape. That's why you lose to the New York Football Giants. But an opportunity here to build on the good, correct the bad, go into Las Vegas, get another big win on the road against an AFC opponent. If there's only silver lining to the Browns' 2 losses, it's that they were both against NFC opponents. That doesn't matter as much for the ultimate playoff tiebreakers when you get into it late in the season. You won in Jacksonville. Now you got to go win in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, but you have to. And I think the team understands that. I think they're very, very upset about how they lost the game, especially starting off so well with special teams, then scoring on your first play, and then just very underperforming. I think they're just ready to get back on that winning track, and just watching that film is going to hurt. So just going out there and be ready to perform versus the Vegas Raiders.
All right, hopefully we'll be back with another edition of X's and Joe's celebrating a big win in Las Vegas. For Pro Bowl cornerback Joe Haden, I'm Nathan Zegura saying thanks for joining us for X's and Joe's.